What's good with you guys, man? It's Grind Life Productions back at it again with another video. Hope you guys been doing good. Hope you guys been taking care of yourselves. And most importantly, I hope you guys have been staying busy. I hope you guys been on a grind and I hope you guys been locked in because, bro, there's a lot of people out here who claim that they're depressed, but the reason why these people say they're depressed is because they're not really doing anything to ultimately get rid of their depression. And this may be a controversial topic, but let me just tell you guys my beliefs on the topic of depression. I don't feel as though depression is real because let's look at the definition of depression. The definition of depression is let's look this up. Let's look this up. Okay. So it's pretty much just saying that it's a group of conditions associated with elevation or lowering of a person's mood, such as depression or bipolar disorder. But we're not going to get into that though. But pretty much like keywords, the lowering of a person's mood. There are so many things that you can do to elevate your mood. And I get it. I get it. Sadness, depression, it could be caused by like so many external factors such as loss of a family member, tragic events happening to you, and just bad things happening overall, and you might feel some type of way about that. And me personally, I don't believe in depression at all. I believe in rough patches. I believe in rough patches, and I think like we all go through rough patches, but we can all dig ourselves out of that rough patch. So we don't have to stay down in that hole. We can get out of it, but we just have to want it bad enough. And I feel it, the pressure, it may be serious, it may be hard and everything, but anything is possible through Christ. Anything is possible through Christ. So if you really want to be rid of your depression, you can. You can. It can go away. It can go away. But you got to put in the work, just like all things in this life. You got to work for something to happen. You got to put in actions for something to happen. And I'm not knocking anybody who has depression or may have had it in the past. All I'm saying is that you can get rid of it if you want to. And there's certain things you got to do. You got to lock in on your goals and you got to fight through the storm because I see depression as a dark storm, a dark thundercloud. And it's like it's just hovering over you. But like all storms, they all pass eventually. So, yeah, you're going to cry sometimes. Yeah, you're going to break down sometimes. But later on down the line, you're going to be, I'm not going to say you're going to laugh at that situation, but you're not going to feel as bad as you do now. You just got to keep on working. Situate your goals, figure out what you've been working towards, remember who you were before the so-called depression hits because society wants you to be depressed. Society doesn't want you to be happy. They don't want you to win. They don't want you to feel good. They want to push all this negative content and they want you to feed into it as well so you can be negative and so you stay stuck. That's what they want. They don't want you to win. They don't want you to win, but you got to override your emotions. Listen, in this game of life, it's all about motion, motion over emotions. Your emotions change all the time. You cannot do anything in this life based off pure emotion. Now, I'm not going to say that emotions are bad or anything like that, but detrimental decisions, just because you feel some type of way, you should really evaluate that before you just go ahead and just act on it because that might put you in like a situation that you don't want to be in. So you shouldn't base all of your like all of your decisions based off pure emotion, pretty much. But yeah, man, that's really what we need to do. We just need to refocus and get back to the grind, get back to our goal, get back to who we were before. That's what we need to do. And one thing that helps is praying to God for strength. That's a cheat code to dealing with depression. It's literally a cheat code because that's you're pretty much submitting yourself and telling God that I know I'm going through things right now, but I know you can fix it. I know you got the power to handle it. I know you got the power to make it all better. And I know I'm not going to be here forever, but I just need the strength. I need your willpower to get me through these tough times. Because a lot of times that's really all we need, cuz sometimes we don't have it all. We don't have all the answers on our own. Nobody has all the answers on their own. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers, but I'm confident. I'm confident. You want to know why I'm confident? I'm confident because I serve a God who can do anything. I serve a God who can make anything happen. He owns everything in this world. So I'm not afraid of anything. Even though I may go through certain things, bad things may happen to me. God forbid I lose any family members. I know it's all going to get better soon because something is going to hit me, and whatever that something is, it's going to make me want to work harder. It's going to make me want to be better, and it's just going to make me a better individual overall. I see everything in life, every challenge that comes to me or that I come across, I see that as a test. Any rough patch that I go through, I don't even call it depression. I can't even say that I'm ever depressed. I can't even say that I've ever been depressed because I see everything as a test. Bars. I can't say that I've been depressed because I see it all as a test. And when I'm dealing with a test, my ultimate goal is to pass the test. Now in life, you're going to get tested on many things. But you have to figure out how you're going to pass that test. Some tests may be easy, some tests may be difficult, but at the end of the day, you have to pass that test because you cannot submit to the negative emotions, because once you start submitting to the negative emotions, everything goes down. Everything goes down. This is why I always tell you guys, do your best, stay positive, and don't be negative at all. When life gets negative, you can't get negative with life. You can't get negative with life because two wrongs do not make a right. Two wrongs do not make a right. Although you're going through all these situations, you cannot feed into it. You cannot feed into it because once you start talking to yourself badly, your your actions are going to get bad too. You might start acting out, blowing up at people who did nothing wrong to you, all because of the fact that you're going through things. So you're going to blow up at others just because you're going through certain things? That's not right. That's not right, because what did these people do to you? They didn't do anything to you. So you have no right to do that. You have no right to do that. All we can do is just stay strong and keep on pushing, because not a lot of people can make it through life with this mindset, because a lot of people like to cave in too early. A lot of people like to cave in too early. And yeah, if it was easy, everybody would do it. If keeping a positive mindset was easy, then everybody would do it. And I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's simple. It's simple. So it might as well be easy. It might as well be easy. But, a lot of people, they have victim mindsets. And this is not the bash anybody at all. They have the mindset of a victim. They got the mindset of, oh, yeah, well, this person wasn't here for me when I was younger, so this is why I act the way I act now. Bro, it comes to a point in time where you just got to let that go. You got to let that go, because people are going to do what they want to do at the end of the day. So you can't even get mad at them for that, because we all have free will. Now, if somebody really wants to be there for you, then they will do that. they will do that. And you won't even have to ask. They just going to do it on general principle, on GP. They just going to do it on GP, on general principles. So you don't even got to worry about that. All you need to worry about is yourself. Because if you're not right on the inside, then everything on the outside isn't going to be right either. So you always have to address the problem within. Always address the problem within. If you really feel like something isn't right inside of you, you need to figure that out. You can't run away from that. You can't hide from it. You can't mask it with the drugs, with the alcohol, because you're just suppressing it for now. But what's going to happen when you run out of drugs? What's going to happen when you run out of alcohol? You're going to have to face it eventually. So you know what? I say just face it right then and there. Face it right then and there. Face it head on. You need to go through that pain. You can't run away from that pressure. You got to show up to it. You got to stand up to it. You got to stand up to yourself. You got to stand up to yourself. I'm telling you, bro, depression is really a false state of mind because it's really you versus you at the end of the day. It's not you versus the world. It's you versus you. You are your own worst enemy. You are your own worst enemy. When you feel some type of way, you're not battling against the world. You're not battling against these other people. You're battling against yourself. You're battling against your emotions. You're battling against your emotions. God even said in the Bible, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities of peace. We need to do our best to keep the peace. And it's a fight. It's a daily fight. You can't just fight one day and win and expect not to fight the next day. No, you gotta fight every single day. You gotta fight every single day, and you gotta keep on winning every single day. You may slip up a couple of times, but you cannot lose the war. You cannot lose the war. We bend, but we don't break. We bend, but we don't break. What's the point? What's the point? As long as one thing I know, that if I keep waking up, I'm gonna make sure that I fight every day, because it's always a battle to be fought. Always a battle to be fought. I can't fold. I can't fold because, bro, I got a goal. And when you got a goal, you're going to do your best to fulfill that goal by any means necessary. And you're not going to let anybody get in the way because you're working towards something. A lot of people in this life, they're not working towards nothing. So that's why they submit to the negative emotions so easily. But if you actually got something that you're working towards, you got to use that pain as motivation. You got to use it as motivation. It should motivate you. It should motivate you to work even harder. And if you need to talk to somebody, then talk to somebody. Do that. Do that. But make sure that these people are actually going to help you out, and make sure that you actually apply the helpful information that they give you. Because most times we get good information from people, but we don't ever apply it, and our lives still be the same way. We still be going through the same cycle just because we're not applying the information. So we need to do that. It's really important. It's really important because you can learn from anybody. You can learn from people who don't have experience, and you can learn from people who do have experience. But the most important thing is you're learning. You're gaining something, but you got to apply that. Knowledge is worthless unless it's applied. Yeah, you know all these things, but what are you doing with the information? It's crazy. But yeah, man, on to my last point. Society wants you to be depressed because they are afraid of you. They're afraid of you. They're afraid of what you can create. They're afraid of the people that you can inspire, because we all go through some crazy situations, but I know that we've also made it out of a couple of crazy situations as well. So if we can uplift others by relating to their problems, showing them that there is a way to get through these problems, you know how powerful that makes us? You know how powerful that makes us? This is why I be saying we all got to stick together. We can't be going against each other. We can't be tearing each other down. We got to build each other up. Everybody who rocks with me, I rock with them back. I think it was some guy in my comment section saying that he was doing like the same push-up challenge as me. I went over to his channel and I subscribed to him, and I said, "Yo, let's get it. We both get into that money. We both get into that money. So we all got to stick together. We all got to stick together." I see my channel being like a safe haven for any guy out there that just wants to get to it and that just wants to make a lot of good things happen and wants to be around like-minded individuals. Eventually, I'm going to start a Discord. Eventually, when a community gets big enough, bro, I'm going to start a Discord and I'm going to have anybody in there who just wants to make something great of themselves and who just wants to be great in general, because that's all I see. That's all I see, because I know I'm a positive person. I know there's more positive people out there. So why not? Why not? We can really make some good things happen if we all stick together and if we just we stay focused on the end goal, because like like I be saying, society, they don't want us to stay focused on our end goal. They want us to succumb to their desires. They want us to live for validation, but we don't care. I don't care about validation. So screw that. Screw that. I'm gonna stay focused by any means necessary. I'm not gonna fall off. I'm not gonna slip up, because I know that consistency is key. Everything is earned. Respect isn't given, it's earned. And I'm going to earn it. I'm gonna keep on working hard. That's all I know. That's all I know. I don't know how to chill. I'm sorry, but I just don't know how to chill. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, because I've always been used to working hard. And when I have kids, they're going to know about that too, because they're going to be doing the same exact thing. But we're not focusing on kids right now. We focused on the mission. We focused on the bigger picture. But yeah, man, depression is a false state of mind. Do not allow yourself to be depressed. Yeah, we all get sad sometimes, but depression is a long term rut, rough patch, but we can't allow ourselves to stay down. It's all about getting up. It's all about getting up, but you got to want to get up. You got to want to get up. I know it can be tough sometimes, but if nobody told you this, I'm telling you this right now. You got this. I believe in you. You're stronger than you think. You're smarter than you think. You're better than what people portray you as. You got what it takes. God even told you that you have the power. So why not believe that? Why would you care about what all these other people got to say when God told you that you have the power? These people will tell you that you don't have the power, but God already told you differently. So I would take his word over anybody else's. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, he was the one who created this. So, I think it would be wise to listen to him than to just listen to these humans out here, because most people just don't know what they're talking about. Straight up. They just want to lead you astray. They want you to be miserable right with them. But we can't afford to do that, though. We can't afford to do that, though. And I hope you guys aren't listening to these other people. I hope you guys aren't falling victim to them. You got to be better than that. You got to be smarter than that. You got to be stronger than that. So, yeah, man, just keep on doing what you got to do, and you're going to be good. I know the process right now is a little tough. You may be going through the worst right now. You probably not getting no looks on whatever you're doing, and things are just not looking good for you right now. But you got to think long term, because in the long term, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. If you just focus on the positive progression, because if you could keep on stacking up that positive progression over time, it's all gonna work out. It's all gonna work out. Let God do his thing in the spiritual, you do your thing in the physical. But yeah, man, I hope you guys was rocking with this video. I hope you guys got a good message out of here, and fight off your depression. You don't need all these meds from the doctors and stuff to fight your depression off. You don't need the weed to fight off your depression. You don't need the alcohol to fight off your depression. All you need to do is get to work. All you need to do is stand up to yourself. So next time you feel depressed, just stand up to yourself. Hit some push-ups. Go on a run. Do something. Don't just sit there dwelling on the fact that you're depressed. Don't just sit there dwelling on the fact that you're sad, trying to get other people to feel sorry for you. Don't do that to yourself. You're better than that. You're more than a conqueror. You're more than a conqueror. You got it. I know you do. But you got to believe it yourself. If you don't believe it, then ain't too much that can be said. But if you do believe it, shout out to you. You're going to make a lot of great things happen. You're going to impact so many lives. But you just keep doing it. Whatever it is that you're good at, keep it up. You got it. I know you do. Doesn't matter if nobody's shouting you out right now. They all going to be shouting you out eventually. But you got to stay focused on that end goal. Stay focused on that big picture, and you got this. But yeah, follow me on Instagram at grind_CJ27. And also follow my other Instagram at grind_life productions. And follow me on TikTok at grind life productions as well. With that being said, we signing out. Peace.